Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to today's lesson. Another lesson is another blessing, right? We're going to stop the stressing, okay? Um, Today, we're going to talk about how to easily build business credit in 4 simple steps, right? We're going to give you the 4 simple steps, the 4 simple strategy, right? For you to easily build your business credit right here in 2022, y'all. Come on, man. You can't ask for more than that, right? So let's get straight to business. Business credit, right? Business credit is credit that is obtained in your business name, separate from your regular name, right? With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and its own credit score, separate from your personal credit score and your personal credit profile, right? With an established business credit profile and business score, the business will then qualify for business credit, right? It's the same process. You have to go through the same process that you would with your personal credit that with your business credit, right? This credit is in the business name and based on the business ability to pay, not the business owner. The business, not the business owner. Since the business qualifies for the credit, in some cases, there is no personal credit check required for the business owner, right? Some of the benefits of business credit. A credit profile can be built for a business that is completely separate from the business owner's personal credit profile. This gives business owners double the borrowing power as they have both personal and business credit profiles built, right? Double the borrowing power. Okay, you got great personal credit, right? But now let's start establishing your business credit, right? And it's going to double, in some cases, 5, 10x that amount of money that could be afforded to you, right? And that's going to accelerate the growth of your business, especially if you have things in line. Some more benefits, right? Business credit scores are based only on whether the business pays its bills on time. It doesn't have nothing to do with your returns and how much revenue you're bringing in or anything. Just if you could pay your bills on time, right, then they'll loan you money. A business owner can obtain credit much faster using their business credit profile versus personal credit profile. That's why, come on, it's even faster to build business because you can get more money faster. Approval limits are much higher on business accounts versus personal accounts. Per small business association, not me, this is per small business association, credit limits on business credits are usually 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit. Per SBA, credit limits are usually 10 times to 100 times higher than consumer credit, right? So if you could get $1,000 in your personal credit, you'll be able to get 10 to 100,000 for business credit. If you get 10,000, right, then you'll be able to get 100 to $1,000,000, right? Come on, you got to think big. When done correctly, business credit can be built without a personal credit check, right? You could do things yourself, but you want to do things correctly. You want to have a strong team that's established, systems in place, so that you don't make mistakes, that you can secure that bag. All right. Business credit can be quickly obtained regardless of personal credit quality, right? This is why it's so important for you to establish your business credit and get an EIN number so that you can start establishing business credit even while you have poor personal credit. While you're establishing your personal credit, you could be building business credit that's going to give you the opportunity to get 10 to 100 times the amount that the personal credit will give you. Most business credit can be obtained without the owner taking on personal liability or personal guarantee, right? So that means that you don't even have to be personally liable for the money that they're giving you. Your business will be liable for it, but you don't have to personally be liable for it, right? Come on. This means in the case you default, the business owner personal assets can't be pursued. Yeah, anything in your personal assets can't, your house, your car, whatever else you put in your personal assets. When a business owner applies for funding, their business credit is reviewed. Some people try to jump the process and just go straight to the funding, which you can, right? But it's almost guaranteed when you do build your business credit the right way that you're going to secure the funding. Not having business credit established will get an owner declined. There are no regulations that require the lenders notify the business owner for the reason for denial. So you don't even know, but there's 125 different factors that they could utilize to deny you, right? Imagine knowing what those 125 things are before you apply and have all those covered. So that's why it's almost like a guarantee, right? It's like you're getting the answers to the test. All you got to do is sit there and take the test. Come on. 4 easy steps to quickly build business credit, y'all. Get your notes ready. 4 easy steps, right? Simple, easy steps. Business credit building, right? A business starts building brand new credit profile, much the same as consumer does. The business starts with no credit profile. The business gets approved for new credit that reports to the business credit reporting agencies. The business uses the credit and pays the bills timely. A positive business credit profile is established. As the business continues using the credit and pays bills timely, it will qualify for more credit. You see how that works? You see how you build that, right? You start with no credit profile, right? Right? Then you get approved for new credit. That reports to the agencies, right? Once that reports to the agency, that opens up new lines of credit for you, right? Now that gives you a positive credit profile, right? And now that opens up more doors for you. Come on, that's how you build, but you need the fundamentals first. Step 1, right? Step 1. Excuse me. Step 1. Build business credibility. If you want credit, you have to build credibility, right? Credibility means you have the ability to get credit. If you don't have the ability to get credit, they can't give you the money, right? These lenders are they're begging to throw people money, but people don't know how to get credible. Get the ability, remember that word, credible, the ability to get lend, the lendable. That's like lendable, the ability to get loans. Credible is the ability to get credit. All right. The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Your perception, right? So if you don't have your fundamentals down, right? If your email is not right, your phone number, you're not listening to 411, different things like that. You're not, the perception of you is just that you're just some regular old business that's just doing this and that. Why would we want to loan you money? So you could run off with our money? No. Why would we want to lend you, give you a line of credit? You probably squander it. That's how their perception, right? Think about if someone's walking in there with a suit, tie, different things like that, you're going to have a certain perception versus someone walking around with their pants hanging down off their butt. You're going to have a certain perception, right? The person with the pants down could be more credible than the person with the suit on, but the perception creates reality, right? It's very critical to the ability to build strong business credit, right? So in this world, right, they're not seeing you personally, right? So they're perceiving what they see on that computer screen. So everything has to line up, all right? Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lenders' credibility standards, right? And once again, you got to know those credibility standards, which we do, before you know if you're meeting the standards. If you don't know what the standards are, you're just blindly going into something. Which business name, like I said, business name, you want to establish a business name, right? It's very important that you use your exact business legal name. You don't want to be switching up names, right? Keep your name the same. If it's spelled the same, spell it the same. If it have LLC on it, keep the LLC on it, right? Your full business name. Ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporation papers, licenses, and bank statements, right? You want all that the same. That's called business list and congruency, right? Remember that name. Corporate entities. You can build business credit with almost any corporate entity type, right? If you truly want to separate business credit from personal, and your business must separate legal entity, not a sole proprietor or a partnership, right? Get an S corp, a LLC, a corporation, things like that, right? Can't be a sole proprietor. Sole proprietor, you using your personal, right? Unless you have a separate business entity, a corporation or LLC, you might be doing business, but you are not truly a business, right? You're doing business, but you're not a business entity, right? You need to be a corporation or an LLC in order to separate personal from business, right? Let me say that again. You need to be a corporation or an LLC in order to separate personal from business, right? EIN. After you get your business name, right, you need an EIN number, right? Your EIN number is whether you have employees or not. Your business entity must have a federal tax ID number. EIN number is like your social security number, right? For your personal. Your EIN number is what you're going to want to need to establish. That's what they're going to look at, right? Just like you have a social security number, your business has an EIN number. Your tax ID number is used to open your bank account. You need a business bank account, right? And to build your business credit profile, you need a business bank account and an EIN number to build your business credit profile. No Cash App, no PayPal, right? Those things you could use, but they have to be going into your business bank account, so they could show activity in your business bank account, right? Take the time to verify that all agencies, banks, and trade credit vendors have business listed with the same tax ID number. Something simple like that could get you denied. One number off. I made a mistake, right? Business address. You need a proper business address, right? Must be a real brick and mortar building, right? No virtual offices. Deliverable physical address, right? Preferably not a home address. You can use a home address, but preferably you don't want a home address, right? It cannot be a PO box. It cannot be a UPS address, and some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met, right? Just because you don't have I'd rather you have a residential than to have a virtual office, right? You need a physical address, and nowadays they'll still approve you if you have a residential, right? Business address solutions, right? A virtual office, professional business address, dedicated phone and fax numbers, receptionist services, and part-time use of fully furnished offices and meeting rooms, right? True office, your full-time private office with reception furnishes and phones and all that stuff like that, right? You could get a virtual office for a lot cheaper than a true office, right? 411. You must have a dedicated business phone number that is listed with 411 directory assistance under the business name. Lenders, vendors, and creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. You can get a local or toll-free business number through a toll-free number will give you a business credibility, right? Just having a phone number. A business phone number will give you business credibility, and then having that number listed into the 411 listing. That's what we do that for you too. You can do it yourself, but we do that for you too, right? A phone number, right? Lenders perceive 800 numbers or toll-free phone numbers as a sign of business credibility. You can get that for very cheap, right? Something small as that. You want to ensure that you're going to get the funding. Even if you're a single owner with a home-based business, a toll-free number provides the perception that you are even a bigger company, right? Perception. That's what we're working on right now. How do you perceive yourself and how others perceive your business? It is incredibly easy and inexpensive to set up a virtual local phone number or a toll-free number, right? Very cheap. You could do that for. A cell for a home number as your main business line could get you flagged as an unestablished business that is too high a risk. Don't give a personal cell phone or residential phone as a business phone number. You can forward a virtual number to any cell or landline phone number. Just forward it to your phone. Website, you need a professional website. Can't just use Facebook and your social media. That's good, but you got to have a domain name, a website, right? Credit providers will research your company. They're going to do research. They're going to give you money. They're going to do research on your company on the internet. It is best if they learn everything directly from your company website. Not having a company website will severely hurt your chances of obtaining business credit. Severely, just not having a website. There are many places online that offer affordable business websites that you can have an internet presence that displays an overview of your company services and contact information, right? You can go to GoDaddy, you can go to WordPress, you can go to anywhere. I mean, you need a website. All right. If you're going to be a real business, you need a business website. All right. Email. It's important to get a company email address for your business. It's not only professional, but greatly helps your chances of getting the thumbs up from a credit provider, right? Setting up a business email address is just too easy and inexpensive to neglect. Come on. An email? You don't want to lose out on 50K for an email. Come on. Avoid using free email services like Yahoo and Hotmail, right? MySexyLady.com at yahoo.com, right? Big Black Kevin on at hotmail.com. It's not on work. It's not professional. There is nothing worse than credit providers seeing an email address like that, right? The email address should be yourcompany.com, right? You could pay like $10 or something. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty. Back to this regular scheduled programming. Your email address, like I said, should be yourcompany.com, right? KevinGibbs.com, right? This will look like. All right, screenshot that. Bank account. Like I said, you need a business bank account. You cannot keep all your money in Cash App. You can't even have a Zelle account without having a bank account, right? But you don't want to keep it attached to your personal account. You want to have a business bank account, right? It's free to open up a business bank account. I think you got to put like $25 in there, something like that. Your business banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure large business loans, right? If you want to get money from a bank, you got to have a bank account, right? If you want to get money from a bank, you got to have a bank account, right? The date you open your business bank account is the day that the lenders consider your business have started. The day if you never open up a business bank account, the bank is going to consider your business never to be open, right? So you really want to do that fast, right? You want to establish that, right? You want to do everything. That's why you want to know what you have to do before you do it instead of trying to learn so much, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's going to decelerate your growth instead of accelerate your growth. So if you incorporated your business 10 years ago, but you just opened the business bank account yesterday, then your business started yesterday, unfortunately, right? The longer your business banking history, the better your borrowing potential will be. Having a high account balance is essential in obtaining an excellent bank rating. Having a good bank rating is essential for approval. Try to keep your bank balance of $10,000 or higher for a high 5 bank rating. That's the highest you can get, but you don't want to be going overdrafting and stuff. That's not good, right? You don't want to be keeping $1, $2 in your account, right? Try to keep and maintain a certain amount of money in there, right? And so that you could establish some credibility. Licensing, right? One of the most common mistakes when building credit for your business is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses, right? Make sure that your address is the same on your business license, on your Secretary of State and the Dun and Brad. I mean, you want to have that business listing congruency, right? You don't want to have one address over here, one address say 123 Street, the other one say 456, the other one say 789. You don't want that, right? Even worse is not having the required licenses. You're not even legally operable. You're not even legally supposed to be operating a business. There's no way you're going to get funding. You will need to contact the state, county, and city government offices to see if there are any required licenses and permits to operate your type of business. State business filings listed correctly, county license or permit filings listed correctly, city license or permit filings listed correctly, IRS filings listed correctly. Those are the things you need. Business listing. Take the time to verify that the main agencies like the Secretary of State, the IRS, the bank, and the 411 National Directory have your business listed the same way with your exact legal name. Business listing congruency. Okay? If you don't understand any other word, remember that term. Business listing congruency. Also take the time to ensure that every bill you get, power bill, your phone bill, your landlord, or water, electric, whatever, has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. Business listing congruency. Step 2, Dun & Bradstreet's number, right? Obtain a after all that, then you obtain the Dun & Bradstreet's number, right? Obtaining a Dun & Bradstreet number, the DUNS number, begins the process of building your business credit profile, right? You don't start building a business credit file until you have a DUNS number. Your DUNS number will also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantee. This goes along with your EIN to start helping you get money without a personal guarantee. Step 3, obtain vendor accounts. A business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer report commonly is with small credit lines, right? The business can be improved for small credit cards to help them build initial credit profile. These types of initial cards in the business world are commonly referred to as starter accounts. Starter accounts, right? What's some of those? A net term vendor account is when a company extends a line of credit to your business on a net 15, 30, 60, or 90-day terms, right? The net and then the number implies the amount of time that you have to pay back. A net 15 days, 30 days, 60, 90 days, right? So usually, you don't a company will just extend that to you. You can order their products, order the things that you need, and extend that line of credit. You got to pay them back in that certain amount of time. This means that you could purchase their products or services up to a maximum dollar amount and have 15, 30, 90 days to pay them back in full time, right? I mean, if you have step 1 complete, right, you can start getting vendor accounts up to maybe $4,000 to $5,000 in total today. If you're set up on the net 30 terms and we're able to purchase $300 worth of goods today, then the $300 is due in the next 30 days, right? Make sure you pay that. If you mess up on that first step, come on, man. You can get products and services for your business needs and defer the payment on those for 30 days, thereby easing cash flow, right? You don't have to utilize all your money, right? If you need to get $1,000 worth of paper towels, right? For example, right? If you had a restaurant business, right? And you need to get some condiments, whatever, right? You could easily, right, utilize that $1,000, right, to buy the things that you need, right? Make the money that you're going to make, and then utilize the money that you make to pay that back over time. Come on. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification as little as just having an EIN and having a 411 listing. Come on. Always apply first without using so don't put your social security number. That's what I'm going to say. Just don't do it. Some vendors will request it and some will even tell you on the phone that they need to have it, but submit it without it first. Don't volunteer unnecessary information. When your first vendor account reports to Experian or Equifax, this will automatically activate your file as if it isn't already, right? Your first vendor, when it starts, once you pay that off in the 30 days, then it should report to Experian or Equifax, right? And Dun & Bradstreet, right? And now you're going to start establishing. Now you're exactly established, right? You paid something, right? Now you have a trade line. You need to have a total of at least 3 vendor accounts reporting. Some vendors require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. Some vendors do not necessarily have to serve 100% of your business needs. Vendor accounts. Pay your vendor accounts in full if net terms and on time. Don't pay partial. You got to pay in full. If it's $300, you need to pay the whole $300 and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendor reporting cycles to get into the reporting system, right? Some take 30, some take 60 days. Just take time. Just pay it on time and be patient. Most merchants and major retailers do offer business credit. They just don't advertise it, right? They don't tell you that you can come in there and get business credit, but most merchants and retailers offer it. When you start learning this, then you're going to go in there and you're going to have, There is no benefit to the merchant to promote credit with no personal liability if the business owner is willing to take on that liability. Well, I'm going to give you credit if you're going to come with cash. So they don't promote their business credit cards and regularly ask for a social security. And I want to make sure you're going to pay me back my money. Step 4, obtain tier 2 accounts. After 3 vendor accounts are established using ones from tier 1, next step is to have credit report reviewed that can move on to tier 2. You don't even move on to tier 2 till you get tier 1 done, right? Tier 2 vendor accounts. Most stores will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has established credit profile and score, just like in the consumer world. Vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score, then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines, right? So if you don't have a profile, then you're going to get denied when you go into those stores. But if you just wait 90 days, you'll have everything you need to go into any store that you want and to get business credit. How to obtain vendor accounts. It is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months, right? Like I said, unlike personal credit, with business credit, the more you use, the more they give. So there you go. That's 4 easy, quick, simple steps for you to obtain your business credit. There's no excuses, right? You got your idea. It's time to start that thing up this year, right? You got all the resources that you need, right? If you found this video to be enlightening, educational, informational, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, please like, share, subscribe, and you could click in the link below to find out more how to build your business, and for any business opportunities so that you can make some money to start or grow your business this year. All right, there you go. I'm Coach Kevin Gibbs. I hope you enjoyed this lesson.